Dream Team TV, Rosey here with a new video. Yeah, it's Thursday. So as you can tell by everyone that went before me, this week on Dream Team TV is first time tag, which I have questions here. So why don't we go ahead and get started, shall we? And I'm sorry for the background noise. My grandpa's watching TV in the living room, and my turtles are chilling out over here. Let's get started. So, first tweet. I don't have a Twitter, so I don't have a first tweet, but I do have a profile on Facebook. Yeah, I didn't even get that when it first started out of school. I got it like 2 years later, when I was 14 or 15, and I'm 16 now. First YouTube video. My first YouTube video was not the introduction video. It was actually a Harlem Shake video, but that's all I'm going to tell you, because that was a scary moment in time that should never be rewatched. Never. So, have fun. You guys can look up that, but it was a Harlem Shake video. The first person you subscribe to on YouTube. When my cousin made my YouTube account, he was like a big fan of Ian Callahan, which is like a gamer on YouTube, and he asked if he could subscribe for me, and I watched a couple of videos. I thought it was cool, so I said sure, why not? So Ian Callahan, yeah. First Facebook profile pic. I will post it at the end of this video because I do not have my iPod with me. My sister's using it, so you guys can't see it yet, but I'll post it at the end of the video. And it's still my profile pic. Do you still talk to your first love? I've never had a love, like a real love, like crushes, but so no, I don't. What was your first alcoholic drink? When I was in that 7 to 8 year old range, my aunt made us try red champagne because she told us it was grape juice, and we believed her. My mom yelled at her. So yeah, I've had champagne, but it's disgusting, and another drip of alcohol will not touch this pretty much. What was your first job? Again, with that 7 to 8 year old range, me, my cousin, and my sister were the 3 lawn chicks, and we cut my aunt's grass, we raked up the leaves, basically cleaned our yard for like $20 each. That was my job. What was your first car? I'm going to say this because this is literally true. I don't actually have a real car, but you know when you were younger and your parents bought you like those little like motor like car kind of things? Mine was like, it was a car, I think it was a Barbie car, but like me and my sister used to drive it around thinking we were like the coolest chicks on earth. So that was my first car. Don't know if it counts though. Who was the first person you text today? Who texted you today? Brian. And yeah, because he was like, yo, I'm bored, let's talk. And I'm like, sure, why not? So Brian. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? My grandfather, because he usually wakes me up, and my mommy woke me up this morning, so I was confused because I thought my grandpa slept in. Turns out he fell asleep too. Who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher was Miss Maudie, and she was, well, actually her name was Miss Gwen at the time, because it was before she got married, and was my 3rd grade teacher. Where did you go on your first airplane ride? My first airplane ride, I went to Raleigh, North Carolina for a conference, but my actual literal first plane ride, we just went around a little island. So, yeah. Who is your first best friend? Do you still talk? The first best friend I can actually remember is Cheyenne, which is on Mondays. And yeah, of course we still talk. I mean, we're on the same collab and in the same high school. But yeah, so I think she was my very first best friend, because like, we knew each other since kindergarten. Yeah. Okay. Where was your first sleepover? My first sleepover was at my other best friend, Tammy Bell's house for her 10-year-old birthday party. And we had a lot of fun. What was the first thing you did this morning? The first thing I did this morning was get up, put on my fuzzy boot slippers, walk into my kitchen, and eat some eggs and chorizo, like mixed together with some tortillas, and a glass of orange juice. That was so good. Talk about food. What was your first concert? My first concert, I've never been to a concert. Unless you just count like the school chorus things, but that doesn't really count because I was always in them. So, yeah. First broken bone. I've never had broken bones, but I have had stitches. I've had 8 and 7 stitches in my head here, and I've had 6 in my middle finger, which I still kind of have the scar. So, yeah. First piercing. The first and only piercing I'll probably ever get was my ears, and I actually got those done before I was 1, so I didn't even remember the experience. First foreign country you've gone to. I haven't gone to any foreign countries yet. This summer I'm going to Mexico. So, what up? I'm going to Mexico. So there's that. That's where I'm going. I'm crazy. Okay. First movie you remember seeing. Okay, this is such a true story. I remember being so young. And like The Little Mermaid was my stuff. Like that was my crack of life. Was Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. So I think that was the first movie that I've ever watched, and literally whenever that came on, no one had TV because that was my movie. When was your first detention? Everyone will agree with you. I'm a goody-goody. Always been a goody-goody. Probably always will be a goody-goody. I've never had detention. Never gotten trouble, like serious trouble or anything like that. So I think the only time that I got like any serious trouble was when I went and took a nap in kindergarten because I wanted to draw a picture for my teacher instead. But she still forgave me. So yeah. I'm a thug life, huh? My thug life is showing. Well, if you had one wish, what would it be? This is probably so stupid to some of you guys, but for me, my wish would have been to have any tuition for any college I chose to be fully paid for so I wouldn't be in debt. And that's my wish. Okay. What was the first sport you ever did? When I was like in that 7 to 8-year-old range again, it was soccer. I was a little pee-wee soccer player for my dad's team when he played with his friends. And I still play soccer, but I don't like being on the teams or anything. So, yeah. So much noise in the background. What is the first thing you did when you got home? Well, I just recently got home. So the first thing I did was put my bag down, go into my refrigerator, grab a can of Pepsi and an apple, and that's what I did. I ate an apple and drank some Pepsi. I'm still drinking it, by the way. When was your first kiss? I've never had my first kiss. My lips are virgins.
Yeah, you gotta start with the damn pearl screws in it.
Yeah, it's Snowflake. So yeah, I've never had a first kiss. So that's all my questions. I made my video short. I will see you guys next Thursday. Adios amigos, te amo con tu. And I have some bloopers in the end of this video after the profile pic, but I was wearing different clothes because I recorded this video Saturday, and Glory deleted my video on accident, or probably on purpose. So I'm wearing different clothes now, but those were real bloopers. So, alright guys, I love you, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye! Question. Who is your first best friend, and do you still talk? My first best friend is... Oh god. Yep, that. But... Oh, let me get one! That's horrible. Guess this is going in bloopers. My first question is first tweet. So for my first dog. Oh crap, I recorded it.